I don't know, man.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to REZOcast episode 39. Claw and Abbott are trying to figure out what faces to make on the podcast. I'm Hove. We're missing Triton and Lego this week. They both had some stuff come up. They're going to miss it. But that's why we brought you two lovely returning guests that we are very excited to have back. We have Clawman and ABitTooLethal.
Hi.
How are you guys this week? How's things been going since the Destiny 2 reveal, Claw?
I have been unfortunately very busy this week with work and stuff, but I have been cutting out on sleep to catch up on the news. It's been very exciting. Not too much Destiny 2 stuff, but like enough to like really get your thirst going.
Thirst, yeah.
Oh man. 14 Zers, I think I saw a tweet. It's 14 Zers until Destiny 2.
Ooh. Wait, what is
there going to be like a 12 Zers of Destiny 2 or something like
visits,
that?
Like Zer visits, like weeks. It's weeks, Hove, Zers.
I don't understand what is like the conversion rate of Zers to days.
1 Zer equals
days.
How about you, Abbott? Anything, did you go anywhere this past week?
I actually went to check out LA just to see like what was going down there, and there happened to be like an E3 or something. It was kind of crazy. No, I went to I went down there. Kind of took a little risk. I didn't have a pass or anything, but I was like, I'm gonna go down. And I got to hang out with a lot of people. Yeah, basically like touch a lot of butts, and like
he's,
just like
for the podcast listeners, he's making a pointing finger when he's saying that. So I'm not sure what exactly he is referring to.
I poked the butt.
Yeah, I feel like he was just like slightly touching the butt.
Where did you poke the butt?
On the cheek.
Okay, cheek. Okay, very good. Never mind.
Left or right, depending which was firmer, but that's beside the point. But yeah, I went down there, hung out with a lot of people, got to check out a lot of stuff, got to get some hands-on. Did play a little bit of Destiny 2 on PC, so like that was nice. But then also just some other games. And now that's why my voice sounds like I'm dying, I think, because every mistake that I made prior is now catching up.
But it kind of has this like extra like roughness to it. Like you sound like more like an action star, like a sexy.
I'm even more attracted.
ABitTooLethal coming to you now.
Yeah, definitely.
So, well, it sounds like you guys both had fun. There is one thing I'd like to jump into, since the two things we were mostly excited about were Abbott going to E3, and we may have some breaking news from Claw regarding a certain new car that we've been waiting to hear what the name of it is.
Oh yes. Well, for those not informed, yes. For those not informed, I decided to go into further debt in my life and acquire a new precious addition to my life, a car.
I was hoping you were going to go with it Bob Barker style, like a new car.
No, you did it better than me. No, so I got an Audi TTS 3 or 4 weeks ago now. And your friend Hove over here was actually a really bad influence. He got an Audi somewhat recently and has been discussing his undying love of it. So I had to do him one better and get a TT.
Well, the one better model is debatable.
Well, I mean, I'll see. I'll give you a ride, and I'll let you can decide.
And speaking of bad influences, though, Rally's in chat too, so it's not just all on me.
Rally, yeah. So Rally is the biggest car critic I've ever met, and the only one I've ever found he'd approved of is an Audi, and the TT is okay as long as it's the S or RS model. So I did get his stamp of approval. That was a huge win for me. That was really special.
You actually get the stamp first. Yeah, that's what I want to know.
Speaking, yeah. Anyways, so the dork I am, I usually name my cars. So I kind of put it out on Twitter, I guess earlier this week, tossing out some names. And at that point, I had in my mind that it was a female car, girl name, because of the sexy curves, makes sense. Right. But I forget who I was going to look it up, who exactly it was. Someone pointed out that it was probably actually a boy car. And they gave a long list of both male and female names, and one of them was on there. So my wife has approved to name our new car Hans.
Hans Gruber?
Which is a German. I mean, I haven't Hans Lance, my last name. Hans Lance. which is two German names put together. So
there you go.
It's fitting.
It does sound really good. I'm not gonna lie.
Right?
Like, I was gonna make a joke about Hans Zimmer, and if like when you zipped around, you called yourself Hans Zipper. I like that. I like that better.
I do have to shout out Manigator. I think it was Mana's name suggestion for the car was ready for it, Adolpha Swiftler.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's one that like I feel like it's good to mention that it's funny, but you probably don't want to stick with that. For good.
No. I mean, it's a good German heritage name, but it's kind of been tainted by history, so we didn't go with that one.
Kind of.
But I tried so hard not to burst into laughter on that one.
I definitely laughed out loud and I retweeted. No, I didn't retweet it because I didn't want anyone to be offended, actually. But I liked the crap out of that. So, anyways, yes, that's and some people were interested. I'm sorry if you weren't.
Well,
there you go.
That was our first REZOcast exclusive. Everybody.
Yeah, it was. I mean,
We've-
name dropping.
All of Twitter has been waiting for that.
Heard
name.
here first. Yes, all of Twitter.
Yes.
All of it. Yes.
So, being that this is a Destiny-related gaming podcast.
Oh, right. Yeah. Right.
We got the important stuff out of the way,
Gotcha,
but now
right,
we move on.
gotcha.
There's this new game coming out that I think we've all heard of in how many Zers?
14?
14
Zers?
Zers, which no one actually knows what that is. But we all know Destiny 2 is coming. There's been some more since E3. They showed off a little bit more stuff there, which we'll hear first from Mr. Lethal. But also, there was some interviews in Game Informer and some stuff, little tidbits noted from Luke Smith in some interviews. So, well, first let's see what you experienced new at E3, Abbott, and we'll go from there. What Destiny stuff did you run into there? Actually, in general, what all did you get to do?
Yeah, actually, my time was kind of like I wouldn't put it limited, but limited by the fact that like when the doors open, like everyone just bombarded the Destiny area, and I was like too dumb to realize that I should be running. So
you're trying to stay cool.
Yeah, no, but realistically, I didn't actually. The one that I wanted was the Sentinel, and I mean that wasn't there. So, but no, I was looking forward to maybe the Arc Strider gameplay, but I didn't get a chance to get hands on with that. I know I was really bummed. I did get to do the I had done it at the gameplay premiere. I did the I can never remember the name, but it's the first story mission, the one that was shown when they launched the gameplay and revealed it. And I got to do the Dawnblade, like swinging the sword, feeling just like a total BAMF, like flying up in the air and stuff like that. And so that was fun to relive because that's I guess where you'd say my Destiny 2 experience started. That was the first thing I got to try at the premiere, but on console, and then this time on PC. And so that was like the core of my personal Destiny 2 experience. But I heard a lot of feedback about the Arc Strider, and everybody was loving it.
It's awesome. I just want you to know, though, we only refer to it by its correct name on this podcast. It's the Pole Dancer.
Pole Dancer.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
That actually leads me. I wanted to ask: was Destiny as big of a thing at E3 as like we as the Destiny community like feel like it was? Like, was it as big to everybody else? Was it one of the bigger things going on there? Do you think?
Yeah, I would say so. I mean, there was a lot of big stuff going on, so it's naturally gonna not have that same sort of, I don't know if you want to put it as like just share of attention and excitement, but it was definitely, I think the proof's in the pudding, right? The fact that you couldn't, like, I think they closed down the lines like 3 minutes in. They were, like, for a while. Yeah. Like, I don't think that was permanent, but the fact that within 3 minutes, right, that was the thing. And also I think just watching the Sony conference, one of the largest reactions in that audience was during the Destiny 2, like content or footage, whatever you want to call it. And so,
did you get to see that presentation live? I was wondering.
Not that one.
No, too bad.
No.
Too bad.
Yeah, but it looked pretty fun.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, that makes me think of one question I want to get out of the way real quick. You mentioned the swinging the sword and the Dawnblade and all that fun stuff. As you guys have had your mains. Abbott being a Titan main, right? In Destiny 1, you'd call yourself a Titan first.
Oh yeah.
Claw.
You think?
What about you?
Definitely a hunter, obviously.
Okay.
Yeah.
First day, September 6th, now, which is another thing we found out at E3. All of a sudden, the trailer said, "Oh, September 6th." Everyone was like, "Wait, no, that's wrong." But it's right. September 6th. It's Wednesday. September 6th. You got the game. You just turned it on. What class do you start out as?
Is that?
Do I get to go first?
Yeah.
You can go first. Go first.
Okay. Well, I think out of solidarity for the Hunter master class, I get it. But anyways, I'll probably start with Hunter just out of solidarity, just to continue the lineage. But I have to say that especially after having played it at the gameplay reveal, last month or whatever, the Titan is looking and feeling really good. Honestly, like the armor designs that I've seen, like those posters they released on the Bungie store, like that. Those posters, the Titan looks the best. I hate. It hurts me to say it. It really does. It really hurts me to say. But the Titan is looking good, and they changed, like, I guess maybe it's just the audio, but the jump audio in particular for the Titan is so solid and satisfying. Like, it's really good. Like, it's just really enjoyable to like jump and move, which is something I really enjoyed about the Hunter in Destiny 1. That's really why I played Hunter as much as I did, because the jump is just really springy, really satisfying and like tactile to use rather compared to the Titan and Warlock in Destiny 1. So I feel like they really refined the jump, at least the one jump we were able to use in the gameplay.
Right.
Here too. So there's going to be two other ones, I think. So that may be a place I spend my time, and it really does hurt me to say that because I've hated on Titans, I think, for 2 years straight.
I'm very much with you. I think there's gonna be a lot of class switching coming up. I don't know how much
Sentinel is also looking dope.
Yeah, I don't know how much.
Especially finding out this week that you can do the Ward of Dawn and the aggressive like shield attack. That is really good. That is really cool. So.
See, Claw's over here just talking about how it hurts him so much that the Titans are the best.
No, hey.
And I've been sitting here for 5 minutes knowing that he's right. Titan is the best. You heard it here first. Another exclusive coming from Claw.
Lies.
Claw is now a Titan.
I did not say
Claw's a Titan, man.
This is TMZ action right here. No. They look very good. I will have to see.
I guess that answers the question for Abbott, though, right?
Was there ever really a question for me? Like,
I think there was, because what I was gonna say is I don't know how much if you've listened to any previous episodes in the recent past, but you may be losing one of your kindred spirits as a Titan on day one. Lego is very excited. We had him talking when they first revealed everything. The Warlock kind of has the Twilight Garrison going on and built in. And he was talking, and I said, Lego, you're starting to sound like you're going to be a Warlock. And he denied it, and he fought me. And then one day he said, you know what? He was like, the Warlock. He was like, I might be. And then just yesterday, he was talking about the shirts and posters, and he goes, as much as it hurts me to say it, the Warlock one looks the best. And I said, I told you, Lego is a Warlock main now, confirmed.
I think the coolest thing about the Warlock now is his versatility. Like the super is really, really cool, which is what I think. In my personal opinion, what Warlocks are missing from the first one. I never even played the freaking Sparky Feekers. That was just total BS to me. I refused to do some of the super that's so cheeseball like that. Never played that. Voidwalker was cool, but it's just so limited. And then, Sunsinger, everybody just ran for a revive. So, like, right off the bat, Warlock has an amazingly cool, active, and attacking roaming super. Like, that is something special. And then the gravity drop that it has is so, like, unique. And I jokingly claim that I invented that skill, that idea, because I was talking with a dev like a couple years ago, and I came up with that idea, like a gravity drop or something, and he's told me that it wasn't my idea. He doesn't have anything to do with the Sandbox team, and I can't take credit for that, but I really do think it was my idea.
But really deep down,
out in the ethos.
Yeah.
So just seeing that in action is really cool. It's a really versatile skill. So I think that I will enjoy Warlock, but the jump still is so soft and squishy.
Yeah. See, I'm just gonna seal the deal with Lego here and just pump in this little fact about the mid-air Twilight Garrison thing. Yeah, it's not limited at all how many times you can do it. So it's just like you can spam it, and that's like as someone who used to just spam Twilight Garrison, I'm not gonna lie, I'm still a Titan main, but that turned me on. Like, it's so good. So I respect anyone. I think that especially in the spirit of going from Destiny 1 to Destiny 2, I really respect. Like, now is the time you get to choose, but I swear if you do it again, no. But there's a lot of exciting things in each of the new subclasses that are coming out that I don't think anyone should be really held accountable for betraying, because like you're kind of tempted to. Like, Bungie did a good job in making all 3 of them look really good.
And most importantly, you may lose Lego, but you're getting an upgrade. Because for someone who has talked so much shit on Titans, I'm going to be Space Captain America on day 1.
Oh, man.
Yes.
I'm just saying.
Yes.
It must be a pattern. Maybe all the Titan shit talkers are going to be there.
I'm telling you, like, and I said it because that's all I do. And mostly it's just to mess with Lego, but I talk so much shit on Titans. And Pope, when he was on, anybody else who has a Titan is easy to make fun of because they're Titans.
Yeah, they're pretty low on the totem pole, to be fair. Yeah, right now, yeah.
And then I saw Space Captain America, and it was over, and I was like, oh,
yeah,
that's me.
Damn it. Eating my words for breakfast.
The other best part, right, is you basically, Lego doesn't know it, but he's now going to be like your healer probably, right? Because you've got that healing rift as the Dawnblade Warlock, so you're just like, hey, that's right. You get behind my shit.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about. I was like, Lego, you realize the Warlock is becoming what Titan was. Like, there's a healing thing, a weapons of light thing, a dash. I was like, you're going to be a Warlock. And lo and behold.
It's great. I think it's great. I'm super excited.
Speaking of Warlocks, as somebody brought up in chat here, one of the things that they have confirmed in the last couple days is there will be no self-res in Destiny 2.
Yes.
Thoughts?
Thank God.
I think self-res is a mechanic that makes sense, but ultimately, it's nice for players that aren't as interested in like becoming the best at the game, right? But they want to do PvE content. It's hard for them to get a raid group together, all of that good stuff. Because it is ultimately like a save my ass button, right? I mean, that's Are we allowed to swear on this, by the way? Because I just did.
Yes.
Fuck yeah.
Okay, we're good. Thank you, Claw. But no, so basically, I think that ultimately the experience overall, not having the option of getting a once over as available for you, will force you to play the character in a more dynamic way. I think that'll be the cool part to see.
And in reference to the PvE content, another apparent confirmation I saw on Twitter, I think from Luke Smith or one of the interviews, was that they're changing the hard mode raid revive mechanic, or no revive mechanic. It's built in. They're gonna change that to be more into their lines of wanting to challenge everybody to have fun, and they realize that taking someone out of the game completely is obviously not a fun experience for them. So it was vague. And they were just kind of implying that they're changing that permadeath hard mode raid kind of mechanic. So, which is really where, everybody always took their Sunsingers into. Like me, if I'm going into hard raid and not feeling like I want to try very hard, I'll take my Sunsinger there so I don't feel bad about screwing everybody else over when I die and that kind of thing. So just taking away that option, but then giving an alternative is a really good PvE dynamic. I don't think it should exist in PvE at all, ever, period. So that's
gotcha.
That's
like having to kill the same guy twice.
No, I mean, as much fun as like revive sniping people, someone is like that's one benefit.
Well, so I think the other part of it too, that's true. Revive sniping is rewarding to say the least.
One of my favorite moments was like no scope revive scoping someone.
Yeah,
like swinging around, just
swinging it around.
Did it once. Swinging my big old gun around, just hitting him in the face with it,
But I think the cool part to BC, right? It does have an impact in PvP outside of just the fact that someone can die because of, and I don't know if the exact details about how the revives work, but there's definitely been reworks of them, right? And so the fact that that's been reworked and now no longer an option to basically work around that, right? If you could just revive, then
you're
go res.
You're referring to the revive token.
Yeah,
We've seen that one game mode. We're not sure if it's in all game modes or just that one in particular, but you're right. Like that mechanic would certainly be broken as well by a self revive or something like that.
Right.
Yeah. And so it would make the choice for who to revive in situations where you've got 2 down friends much less meaningful, I guess.
Never pick me.
Well, I may not have to if you could res, but now I do have to pick. But yeah, no. So I'm excited about that. I think that's a cool little change. I know some people will be mad, but overall, I like it.
What do you think, Hove?
About no self-res?
Yeah.
I like it. For all the reasons, for the most part, like you said. Like, it kind of, it's a, what?
Way to follow. Way to be a follower.
I'm the leader. I can boot both of you off this podcast. I won't. Because I love you.
Did you need a new clan? Did you need a new clan, Hove? You were looking for a new clan, right?
Yeah.
That's what I heard.
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
I'm starting my own clan.
Oh, okay.
Just kidding, anybody. But no, I do agree. Like, self-res, it gave you some really cool moments, but it's mostly because you were able to take out something super annoying. Like you said, like, oh, fuck, that guy self-res, and you just, like, turn around and shoot and you kill him. And that's great. Right. But the other 9 times out of 10 that he just melees you and you explode and then the game's over, kind of ruin everything. And in PvE, you're right. It's you know, I think it started as a strategy thing, but like a lot of things in the game, as the game evolved and people learned to play it different, it became a way around mechanics. You know, the hard road.
People are going to exploit the easiest thing. It's just it's the human nature. Mm-hmm. So when you give them a free second chance, it's going to be a really unbalanced option no matter what you do, basically. So I'm happy.
I mean, it entirely negates like a mechanic designed to like kill you, right, in the Wrath of the Machine one or whatever. Like that's when you're like, maybe not. Maybe
and you know
not.
what, the whole no self-res thing is gonna have a big effect on people soloing the raid. Like that alone was the reason people could solo most of the raids.
Also, dank clips from PvP montages. Like, there's not going to be any more of those. Like,
no more dank clips confirmed.
Yeah, dude, no more dank clips. Not a single one. But yeah, no, I mean, those are you know less important impacts, but they're things that are going to change. So they're worth noting, definitely.
Yeah, and you know, one thing I think is important to keep in mind throughout all of this talk. Obviously, that's not something I think will change. It's not like they're like, oh, never mind, fuck it, let's bring back self-res. But like anything we've seen thus far is still, for the most part, like an alpha
speculation.
Build. Anything can change. You know, so take everything with a grain of salt. But that's one I think self-res is gone. I don't think we have to worry about that. Yeah. But as far as news, since before we get too deep into interviews and everything, one of the things in the trailer, the new trailer, which I would like to talk about because I loved it. But they did confirm September 6th is now a universal console release date. PC.
Good thing I didn't ask for time off yet.
Yeah, I know. I have to move mine. I just got it back from my boss. Like, yeah, you can have that weekend off. And I'm like, can I add Wednesday?
Can I have 2 more days off too?
Can I just not show up, but you still pay me? Is that okay? Can we do that?
Can I go on salary and then not work? Is that possible?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
But then you get fired because you just started.
All right.
But October 24th for PC, is that right?
Yeah.
That sounds right.
So
we're
about
really
a month
good.
and a half back, which I don't think is as bad as a lot of people thought. Still sucks, but...
And my biggest concern was that if that was going to be a rolling delay, like will they get DLC late as well? And I forget who it was, but I understand that is not going to be happening. They're going to keep DLC releases.
They haven't completely. Yeah, that's their goal. I think Luke Smith in one of those Game Informer things said they're going to work as hard as they can after release to unify the communities.
Right.
To bring them together.
That's their goal. I mean, as long as that's their goal, they'll make it. They can have it if they can. That's my only concern. Like that sucks for PC players, especially like. You know, they have to either stay in the dark or just not get that first experience, that precious one-time experience, like first raid. Even I mean, when is the raid coming out? You know, like it's gonna really suck if they miss it on the first.
I think they will. I don't think it'll be that long.
Probably, yeah.
Before we get to that quickly, also July, excuse me, 18th, I believe, is early access for PC, right, to the beta. Then
console.
Wait, you said 18th?
Yeah, that's
July.
PlayStation 4, because PlayStation 4 is a day ahead of Xbox, and that's the early access, right? And then the 19th for Xbox early access, and then I think the 20th across the board, right, for non-pre-orders and such.
Something like that.
Yeah, I don't know. And there's so many dates.
I'm pretty sure it's 18th through 20th for PlayStation. 20.
Well, you know what? You know what I think it is?
I don't know. Whatever. It's written somewhere.
I think it's gonna be one hype week. Okay, that's what I do.
Either way, we got.
I don't care about the dates. I'm gonna have a good time. Okay. I'm gonna be with my shields and stuff because it was confirmed it'll be in the beta.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll try it out.
I think what they say, all six subclasses, right, that have been shown so far,
are
going to be available.
Gotcha.
And then, like Wendler's saying, PC beta is still TBA, sometime in late August.
Yeah.
Okay. Which is sad, but not sad, right? I mean, the point is that they said it's coming, right? So, and I think the only real one is it'll be nice if it gets announced the date prior to July 18th, just so that the PC players can know when to expect it. But
and I'm glad they do get to play before the release at least too.
Yes.
Yes. And you know what? As much as it sucks, and that's where we can go next is the release date and what we think of that. But as much as it sucks that it's pushed back for PC players and everything, I think one of the things that's important to realize is they're not doing it like it doesn't help Bungie to have a divided community like that is getting things at different times.
Obviously they don't want that, yeah.
Right. So for it to be happening, it's obviously a case of, hey, let's get this shit right the first time. It's not making a bad port that no one wants to play. Like, Destiny 2 is getting a lot of hype across, all, consoles, PC, and everything. And if they bring it out, the PC crowd isn't quite as forgiving as the console crowd. If it comes out and it has issues, they're going to say, fuck you, and move on.
And I think in the PC Gamer interview article or something, they were able to give some specifics on some of the aspects they have to alter, on PC. Some of the things they're working on refining, I guess, and they were talking about they're working with someone else, Vivid Vision or something, I think, to refine the control mechanic. Like they're changing. I don't know. I don't know that name. Okay. I don't know. Reference that later. But they're working on adjusting recoil patterns and like all that kind of stuff for a KBM perspective. So that was an interesting thing because I was kind of thinking I would just easily switch back and forth between PC and PS4. But if the recoil and aiming is different, like I'll be playing with the controller on both. So I don't know. I was wondering how that was going to be.
Well, I think the recoil issue is whoever said it, I think Luke Smith maybe. And it makes sense, if you have to control recoil with a mouse the same way you would with your controller, you'll be constantly moving your mouse down as you're
right. That's what he was looking
like. That's not going to be fun. Like we need to fix that. There's the obvious aim assist or no aim assist issues, and how that affects if someone plays it with a controller on PC and vice versa. And so there's a lot that goes into it. But everything I've heard, and another thing that I think Abbott can talk about, it looks beautiful on PC.
I saw it too. Oh. Jeez.
Well, I mean, you can both talk about it looks beautiful on PC.
Yeah, when I got to play it on PC, it was 60 FPS 4K, and like I had to like change my pants twice. But no, it was absolutely beautiful.
For two different reasons, actually.
Yes. But no, it was just, I don't know. It was interesting to see, particularly, right? I mentioned earlier that with the PS4 version of the mission, that was where I started with when I first got my hands on Destiny 2, and it looked beautiful. Like it really does play really smoothly. Apparently it was at 30 FPS. I couldn't tell because like I was just like shaking with excitement, but there's certainly a noticeable difference, right? And part of that was, I think, I don't know how to put it, but it just felt like there was an extra level of detail with that 4K 60 FPS aspect of it, but neither versions felt like jarring in any sense of the way. Like I felt like I could move fluidly in either situations. I think the controls were just different, and I think when I played it, like that were the only real problems that I had with what my experience. Like, I think I was like forgot what the super button was and was like trying to be all cool, and then like my solution was just like smother my hand across the keyboard. But like those were my problems, right? It wasn't like that looks kind of ugly, or this is, it's kind of slow, it's kind of choppy. Like, I was just immersed from the get-go.
Yeah, I mean, it looked, from what we've seen, I wasn't there at either event, but it still looks beautiful. Like, it looks better than D1.
Yeah.
It still looks awesome. I'm sure if you look at the two of them side by side, you're going to say, oh, look, that one's 60 frames per second. It looks a little better, but it's not the end of the world. It's not like the console version looks like,
Yeah, I mean, and that was I wanted to share that week when everybody was freaking out about 30 versus 60 and how console.
Well, we tried to get you on.
I said I could do it in the airport. You said no, the quality's not going to be good enough.
Well,
no, you didn't even say that. You didn't even respond. That's what happened. I just saw on Twitter that it was going to be Abbott. I'm like, what the fuck?
No, Abbott couldn't make it either.
They didn't. No.
I think I offered the same thing.
Right.
Yeah, we tried to have both of you guys on after the reveal.
You're right. Sorry, Abbott. Yeah.
No, you're good. You're good.
Fury. It's Fury, I guess. Like, wow, thanks for just leaving me hanging. I'm sitting here in the airport just waiting for the call. Oh, okay, it's Fury. Never mind.
You're so
I'm
full
just kidding.
Shit.
I'm just kidding.
He actually had
that's what I wanted.
3.
I wanted to share that week though. Like, I first saw on console or whatever. Well, actually, the first reveal was of course the gameplay on the big screen or whatever, and it looks better. Mm-hmm. It looks smoother. I don't know what they changed exactly, but like, I don't know. So what I'm trying to allude to is I don't know if they changed the movement speeds of like the grenade and stuff, or if the resolution difference makes it different, or if if it's whatever. But like, to my eyes, like the grenades move slower, like more purposefully, or whatever. Yeah. I'm pretty sure it's travel distance they changed, but like the explosions are like more refined. Like this movement on screen looks smoother and better as like a engine. Yeah. Like seeing that on console, I mean, it looks better regardless of frame rate. And I wasn't sure, like it was better, so I was like, it looks better than what it is now. Is this 60 on console? And throughout the day, we came to realize that it wasn't or whatever, which was and seeing it at 60 on PC was like, okay, it's definitely not 60. If this is 60, then that console definitely isn't 60. You can see the difference side by side, but like from a singular perspective on console, it looks better. It looks crisp and beautiful, like gorgeous. Better. I mean, better. It looks better than Destiny 1.
It absolutely
I'm starting to think it looks better, is what
in real life. Like, I feel like the compression and stuff, I don't know why people were freaking out about it at all. Like, calling it Destiny 1.5 is insulting to what I saw. Like, it really is.
Well,
no, it's
made me a little mad. I didn't rage or anything, but like, I'm like, you weren't there. You don't understand.
Well,
it's Destiny 2.
That I said right off the bat, and I think it was cool that the first mission started in the tower in spaces that we've seen so many times.
Exactly.
Looking at it, it looked the same, but it looked so much different. Like it made there's 2 Abbotts. That's terrifying.
Hey, you guys! I don't know what happened, but
that's weird. Sorry, technical difficulty.
Good morning. I'm back.
I was like, wow, Abbott's really happy. He won't stop smiling. And I realized
I can just wait.
There's 2 Abbotts on stream too. That's hilarious.
Yeah, if I just look like this, I can talk to myself. Wait, I'm the wrong way. I'm the wrong way now.
Face the other way.
I can't. To me, it just shows the tiger. Sorry about this.
It happens. But yeah, everything kind of looked the same, but like so much better. Like it made Destiny 1 look cartoony. Like it looked like a more realistic version. So Abbott's just staring at himself of the tower, and that was the first thing we said was, "Wow, this looks so much better." And then of course everyone got all mad about the FPS. But, oh, Abbott number 1 left. We're stuck with Abbott.
Bye, Abbott number 1.
He was kind of a jerk anyway. Like
real dick. Yeah. Sequel's always better. Hashtag Destiny 2. Hey.
All right, but. The one thing I wanted to get to quickly is that new trailer with Dominus Gall in it, because we knew that the story was going to be a bigger thing, and from the very first trailer we knew story was going to be a bigger thing, but Destiny went from a game that at the release of Destiny 1 there really was, quote-unquote, no story, haha, yada, 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 all that stuff, to not only does it have a good story now, but it's one of the few stories, like, I'm super into it, like, fuck that guy. Like he rolled up and was like, everything he was saying, I've conquered worlds, I've waged wars, I deserve the light. And the line at the end when he said, you were not brave, you just forgot the fear of death. Let me reacquaint you, and kicks him off the side. Like
you're like, damn.
Yeah, like it's not just a good story, but it's a story that really is a personal, like it brings you in. That trailer was so good, and then watching them pick each other back up and regroup and go back to fighting. I thought that was really, really awesome.
Like we're gonna have an emotional, we usually have an emotional experience killing the raid boss, but having built up through this storyline of a dynamic antagonist with a backstory that's rational and reasonable, and being able to defeat him presumably throughout the game, the storyline, and then presumably the raid boss, that is going to be such a cool experience.
Yeah,
I think it should be. I mean, I should say.
Yeah.
Still, but, it looks awesome.
Yeah, I just think it's cool to see, or just what it's going to be like to sort of play or live that experience of going from being at a place of comfort and all this super gear or whatever it is, right? At this point where sure you have challenges, right? Like most recent one with the Siva and everything like that, but it's not on the scale where you lose your powers, you lose the light. And I think that's a really smart move story-wise, right? To reunite Guardians with the concept of death, because Frank, at this point they don't. It's right? They all have self-res.
Literally.
But and so now Gaul is basically an analogy for Bungie, because now he just comes in with Destiny 2 and he's like, nope, it's gone now. And so now we have to fight to get it back. So I think it's a cool idea.
He's just such a more, we don't know too much about him personally, but
but he's a badass.
Yeah, every other villain,
he's cool.
Even though Oryx was all big and badass, and we killed his son, so he was pissed. It was pretty much, hey, I'm the darkness. This is what I do.
Here's a video game boss trope. Kill him.
Oryx, the darkness consumes world, so we're next. They're coming. But this dude's yo, you have something that I want. Mm-hmm. You don't deserve it. Go fuck yourself.
And here's a clip of me taking it. Oh fuck.
Yeah.
Oh no, what are we gonna do? And what the frick is blowing up at the end of those trailers, huh? Round things blowing up.
Everything.
Round things are blowing up in those trailers. Is that the Traveler?
Is that the Traveler?
Is that the moon? Where will the Hive live?
Who cares?
Where will the wizards come from if there's no moon? Oh man. But yeah, it's a good starting point, and it'll be interesting to see. I think both in that, right, like you mentioned, it compares but also is very different from Oryx, because it's so personalized. It's not even as much about the light as it is about the taking it from you, versus Oryx is just trying, he's hungry.
Yeah, it was personal for Oryx, but fuck Oryx.
Yeah.
We killed his son. It was personal for him, but we don't care.
Whatever, dude. Crota's sword wasn't even that good. It's fine.
What's a Crota?
What? Oh, Scrota. Sorry, my bad.
Well, yeah, I was just talking nonsense, but yeah, Scrota. So yeah, I'm very excited about that. He doesn't seem very big though. I guess something else is gonna happen, right? You're not gonna just fight him in the raid.
He has big guns.
Yeah, I mean that'll be cool to see, because
big guns. The weapon. No, not his freaking arms, you moron.
I mean, he probably has big arms too. Let's be real about it.
Jesus. That was also the first time we've seen a Cabal, even though it was just his head outside of his armor, right?
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, every time you shoot their head in Destiny 1, the helmet comes off.
But his head also explodes.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. But they're ugly. We get it.
Yeah, but...
just like your mom.
Oh.
Yeah, that's right, Hove.
That was nice.
Actually, I'm just kidding. I'm sorry.
So here's the part with the additional storylines down the road, is there's always in any video game universe, right, and generally speaking as well, an opportunist. And so I'm curious who's going to be the opportunist when they see that the Guardians have lost their light, but we've managed. My assumption is that we managed to beat Gaul back.
You'll have to wait for the DLC, I bet.
Yeah, well, I want to know now. Thank you for providing this. This is the number 3 Claw exclusive. He's going to tell us all of the DLC.
Well, there's an opportunist that comes because of the weakness of the Guardians.
I knew it. No, but I think that's my guess for where it goes next, or what happens on the side. And I hope it's not I want it to be the Fallen, but I also want it to not be, because like how
about a new race?
That's what I'm thinking, man.
How about some mysterious race?
Mysterious, like Cabal, Siva,
like Dark Guardians.
Oh, okay.
Ooh.
Okay.
I don't know. Probably all those Dead Orbit people who've been doing too much meth over in their little dark corner.
I don't see a new race coming right now.
Yeah.
I still feel like nothing.
No, not till DLC. I'm saying DLC.
Even DLC. I don't see it.
Come on,
they haven't wrapped up like any of the other races. They're all still there.
We haven't played the story yet.
I mean,
it's true. It's true. I just want to see something like I want to see an alliance between our enemies, like someone that is like, the enemy of my enemy is my friend, but like not with us, like against us, so that we're not in the good part of that situation.
So the friend of my enemy is my enemy.
Yeah, I guess so.
It's too different.
Science and stuff, dude. But no, I want to see something like that. Like if they're not going to introduce something, I think it would be really interesting to see like the Fallen and the Cabal. Like, whether there's a sort of power structure where the Cabal are more superior in that, right? And they leverage the Fallen, like what that might look like.
So I mean,
be really interesting.
Not dissimilar from the Taken concept, just without slavery. Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Like a mutual agreement. Like
instead of slavery and taking their souls and like making them all glowy and shit, like an army, like an alliance.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
That'd be cool. Great DLC idea.
Well,
Sitting
even
right
though
over.
you wanted it against us, I was thinking of something, and unfortunately, Wendler just said it in chats. I have to give him credit also.
Stupid Wendler.
He said there was a guy that leaked some info, and he said he's mostly been right so far, but the Fallen are supposed to be friendly. That wouldn't surprise me too much, because unlike, the Fallen aren't part of the darkness that we don't know anything about.
They're just the space pirates.
They just want the light because they had it and the Traveler left and came to us, and they're like, oh, we want it back. And now that we don't have it anymore, they have no reason to fight with us. So I wouldn't be surprised. Maybe they're not friendly. It's not like we're like, yo, hey, what's up, Skolas? Like,
I mean, Varix is cool. Yeah, I'm sure he has some cousins or something.
But like, are they just gonna betray us once we get the light back? Right, that's where I'm at. I'm like,
right, like I don't think they're just out, and there's nothing wrong with this. They just want the light. Like, they're out to just get the light back. They don't really care like about us.
Have you seen Pirates of the Caribbean?
Which one? There's 12 of them.
All of them.
No.
All
Never
47.
trust a pirate.
But they're not really like they were like us until.
Yeah, but they're space pirates.
They're just after the light, man. They just want the Traveler back. Their friend left them.
Exactly. Just like space pirates.
Space pirates, go! Space pirates. I don't know where we are anymore.
I know. Can we get redirected, please, help?
All right. I liked that conversation. It went a little to the lore side, but.
All right.
Okay, so we'll get to some of the stuff. Luke Smith did a couple interviews with Game Informer and such. One of the things that I thought was really cool, and this is a very short paraphrase of what he said, but they were talking about weapon balancing. And he brought up that one of the things that was an issue with Destiny 1 is that they had to look at a weapon class or archetype as a whole and adjust it. So that's why you would see one gun would be a problem. They'd have to adjust that entire class, and then all of the other ones in that class became
and ruin the other half.
Completely useless. Now they said they have the ability to look at guns individually and go in and say, hey, you know what, this gun is a little too powerful. We need to bring something down or bring the other ones up or whatever it may be. And I think that, it doesn't sound like anything that big because they were able to do it with exotics on a
right.
one-by-one basis. But that's big.
It's great.
Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah, I'm wondering too how much they, obviously like we're not going to have a direct access into how it's done, but my guess would be that the way that they structured the design around exotics is what they replicated or built off of for the class or the weapons in general, right? Or at least
the structure of the design. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Because
something
like And I think it worked really well, right? I mean, sure, there's some exotics that it's like, oh, this is useless and this and that, but that's also, I think, if I'm not mistaken, like exotics also fell victim, like they were within the scope of the archetype changes, so they got like double whammy. I mean, again, this is all stuff that I don't know if we'll be able to ever confirm it because we don't work at Bungie Studios, and if we did, we wouldn't get to say it. But that's my speculation on it, and so I think that's a really smart move to take it on an individual case by case, because it allows you to specifically manage your like individual problems rather than like just like shotgun approach and maybe win. I don't know.
It's at least an oversimplification of this situation, but regardless, as long as their concept, as long as their mentality is, more refined, or at least they're able to portray it that way, that's an improvement. So,
well, one thing I want to mention something in chat that said, and see if you guys took this, not his comment, but the way they're going to change things. Colin Man was saying they changed hopscotch individually, so that seems to lie like him.
I don't think they did.
Well, here's the
thing.
I
saw that comment, but
yeah, if I'm understanding this correctly, because they were talking about archetypes, where they would change.
Right.
I guess I misspoke saying all weapons, but like they would take the highest rate of fire
archetypes. Right.
They changed the archetype
class
of hopscotch.
Each class weapon.
They didn't necessarily tweak it. They were like, oh, this went from messenger
there were still
to...
And there were still groups. Yeah, because the messenger never actually got nerfed. The messenger is still a 2-shot kill.
Right.
But the messenger archetype, the old version of the hopscotch that they didn't bring forward, got nerfed. So it's grouped in one or another. They're not going to explain it clearly. I don't think they're lying. They're not going to lie to us. If they oversimplify and therefore make some contraindications, that's a possibility. But I mean, they're not out to like deceive us.
They're against us.
No,
yeah. I don't know. It's either way. It's exciting to see that they are very clearly both
a change in perspective,
and then also communicating about it. Like early on, like these are things that they want to share, right? They want to highlight how the game, and not just like game at launch, but the maintenance of the game as they sustain it, what that'll look like, and how they've taken steps learned from their previous experience to shape that in a way that'll be better for both the current right console players who are just going to be diving into the next one, but also these new PC players that are going to be encountering like Destiny 2 at its best, the Destiny universe at its best, and I don't know, it's really exciting.
Super duper.
Now, one other thing that was brought up in one of those interviews, I first saw Crucible Radio tweet this out, so credit to them, but they were saying that similar to Overwatch, there is going to be a like party playlist, like a quick play, that's going to have control, clash, so on and so forth, and a competitive playlist, which will be countdown and another mode that they haven't talked about yet.
Yeah.
Now, to me, originally, that first sounded like they were going towards a Overwatch-style ranked competitive.
Right.
They said, they keep saying, and they're very specific yet vague about it, there will be no ranked mode at launch.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's definitely coming, but I mean, what's the point of, one, having it in general? You want people to get used to the PvP. But, I mean, Bungie, they still made a game that they have a vision for and want us to play a certain way. It's a PvE game. They want the PvE content to get used, to get chewed through, and get used to that before they start that kind of stuff. So that doesn't upset me too much, but I know it upsets a lot of people.
I think my interpretation of that is just to delineate rule sets, probably. Like, I wouldn't be surprised, and this is totally speculative, but I wouldn't be surprised if, like, the revive tokens and objective like attacks and that kind of stuff is going to be the norm for those two game modes or whatever. Like that playlist will feature maybe a higher tier of like PvP interactions, like more challenging, less casual, obviously. And the other ones will be quick and easy, probably die, you're dead, no revives, you respawn at the zone or in your zone or whatever, that kind of thing. Like essentially grouping up the types of game modes we have, saying something like elimination and salvage would be in the more competitive arena, whereas Clash and controller are more easygoing, and that's kind of how people use them too. So I wouldn't, since they have obviously, I expected a rank play. I really expect like a rank tiered like matchmaking is really all that is. It's just tiered matchmaking in that kind of area, and maybe that's what they'll apply it when they do add it. But I mean, I think I don't personally care for like rank stuff. I don't want to have to like try. I don't want to always have to beat the next best person. I'm okay with playing evenly matched or just like random, not evenly matched players. Like that's fine. It's so I don't know. Like me personally, I feel like that delineation is fair, and I will enjoy the objective game modes when I want to play the objective game modes and not have to try my ass off all the time. Hopefully.
Yeah, I think the only thing I would add on there is my take on why they don't have it at launch, regardless, right, of whether you want it or not. My guess would be two things. One, it would be a pretty bad burn, I think, to not allow, if you had it on launch for console, and you force the PC, because I think one of, and not that there isn't a competitive community on console, but there is very obviously competitive communities on PC.
Right.
I mean, most major esports are PC based or on the PC platform. So I think you wouldn't want to eliminate that. And then also, I think we touched on it generally, right? You want to be able to implement some blaring holes in your design for balancing
that's fair.
Really have the potential to show only when the players get hands on. Because like Claw mentioned earlier, they gonna exploit that shit. So
as well.
Yeah, and I think it's pretty obvious that it's a purposeful move for those reasons, because another thing that's not common is even private matches, which obviously they can do because we've had them for a year. They're purposely leaving that out until a later point in time. And I think it's a combination of a lot of those things. You want to see how things play out, be able to have some things fixed and ready to go. And also, like I said, they've said many times, like, it's still a PvE game. Like, that's their focus. They want you to play that stuff.
And I'm totally okay with tapering content. Like, I know people get real pissy about time-gated activities and stuff, but like, it's okay.
Yeah.
We are not gonna moderate ourselves. So if they have to moderate us, then
and those are probably the same people
in the long run. Then you guys can be the parents and make us wait for a dessert. And we'll be little whiny babies in the corner, and that's fine. It'll work.
I want my dessert now.
Eat your carrots, god damn it.
Those are probably the same people that if they dropped everything would chew through all of it in 3 days, no matter how much was there.
Yeah, and then wow.
And that's fine. They can have their perspective, and that's fair.
Right.
But
there is a reason.
But we
why
hate
they
them.
do these things.
There's a weakness there potentially. What'd you say, Abbott?
Oh, I said I hate them, but I was kidding.
You hate them.
Yeah.
Yes. Fair enough.
With love. I hate them with my love. Does that? Yeah, that works.
Yeah, that's like parents feel about their kids. That's my understanding. Yeah.
I hate you.
I hate you stupid kid. But this is what's best for you. I love you.
Oh, man.
All right. Before
my parents didn't beat me, I promise.
He went getting serious.
You were saying, Ho?
Before we get into Twitter and chat community questions, is there anything else you guys want to touch on, or anything else you saw or heard that you'd like to talk about?
I want to touch you. What?
What?
What? Did I?
Like this?
Did I say
You're saying butt touch?
I have a question.
The butt touch.
Is Abbott coming to Destiny or Guardian Con?
Ooh, that is a good one. You want to talk Guardian Con for just a minute?
Yeah, let's do that for a minute.
Duh.
I assume so.
Yeah, no, I'll be there.
I couldn't remember. Okay,
yes.
Cool. I will be there.
I will be there.
Podcast crew is coming, right?
The what?
2/3.
Oh, the podcast? Yeah.
Oh, who's not?
Triton? Triton is not going to be able to make it.
Oh, damn it.
Some real life stuff came out. Nothing bad, just that we had to take care of.
Yeah, such is life. That's fine. Maybe next time.
That's fine if we do some sort of live, which we are going to do something down there. We still don't have 100% sure idea of what, but maybe we'll call up the two of you.
Well, fine. We need to plan stuff. We really do.
Yes.
Sorry, that's a private conversation. You guys are not included. Sorry.
Yeah, that's weird. Maybe we should talk to the later about it.
Let's talk elsewhere about that. Okay. All right. Continuing on.
But no, Guardian Con is 2 weeks from today. I mean, it's 3 weeks
It's
or
close,
2 weeks and
yeah.
2
I'd
days.
say it's
so,
2
like,
weeks. Yeah, I think it's 2
I
weeks.
leave in 2 weeks, which is
Mm-hmm.
praise the Lord. I can't wait. There's gonna be a lot of Rezo people there.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun.
Like I said, Lego and I will be there, and we're gonna try to do something there. Try to meet as many people as possible, but it's gonna be great.
Are you guys getting T-shirts? We heard that in a previous podcast. Is that
I
gonna?
would love to, but I'm lazy and don't know where to start. So
Well, here you can just talk to me. Why
Google.com.
don't you just host them on our store?
Ooh, dude, he just sold you on that.
Spreadshirt.com.
He hook line.
well, that actually is a good segue to Mr. Aries asking. When is the Team Rezo site coming back up? Is there any word on that? It's coming soon. It's close.
Dude, I've seen it.
Is it as good as Monk said?
Yeah, I actually do need to comment on that. The shit talking of the site I spent my long hours building. It's unacceptable, Monk, when you listen to this, okay? Not to say yours is not better in many aspects. And simpler and
easier to
more
use,
personal,
faster,
less maintenance.
I feel like I could just taste your pride and your bruised ego in this conversation. Like
all those benefits that come from rebuilding, they're not everything. Okay, there was some real artistic prowess, and that's all. Anyways, it's coming. It looks
like you're talking about you're talking highly of your sticks that you're drawing, and he has like a mosaic painting.
His freaking website is way better. God damn it. No, it's Clan website. It's cool. It's something pretty to look at and a cool place to host information. So, you will see it when it's ready and when you need to see it. So there.
Hey.
So there's the answer for that. But quickly, just to finish up the Guardian Con thing, there will be a lot of us there. We would love for anybody to. I'm sure Abbott and Claw would also agree with this. Hit any of us up on Twitter. We'd love to meet everybody. I know we're gonna tweet out some of the places we're gonna be and try to meet up with some people.
Yeah.
I mean that's the whole point. Yeah. It's gonna be a ton of fun.
I mean, I usually go to the conventions to do the things, but my favorite part is always the people. It's the real reason to be there. So I don't know. It should be a good time. It's going to be a lot of fun spirited people nerding out about the game. And I don't know. I'm looking forward to touching more. But
the hype for Destiny 2 is going to make it like just so much more exciting.
Yes, and that's one thing that happened this week. Cosmo and Deej both bought tickets and will be there.
Oh,
and hopefully, I was thinking, what if they bring like just a couple consoles with Destiny 2 on it?
I was
just
thinking that too. Like, what
just
if
to like have them there.
Because one thing last year, Cosmo made himself.
I doubt it, but because they said we're coming as fans, like they were trying to make it clear, probably that's not going to happen. But still,
yeah.
Like, I mean, it's already all set up. Just put it in the boxes, ship it down to Florida. You know,
Cosmo came last year and made himself known, but one thing a lot of people didn't know, I think Luke Smith came and kind of tried to stay incognito and then dipped.
Yeah, I turned around. I was like, "What the frick? That's Luke Smith.
That guy looks like Luke Smith."
So I went over and complimented his interview skills.
Nice.
I threw some money at him.
Yeah, squeezes ball.
But yeah, for anyone, just in case you were wondering, out of all the people I think I've ever met after talking to them not in person, Claw is exactly what you expect.
Everybody says that. I don't know how to take it. I don't know how to take it.
When we met Abbott, tell me that wasn't. Every one of us was like, "Wow, Claw, you were exactly what I pictured."
I don't know what that means.
Perfect.
I sound slightly pudgy, tall.
Abbott is just as beautiful as well.
I know. Abbott's smaller than he sounds. Abbott's like a really big personality.
He's
like
that's what I get. Everyone's like, I thought you were taller.
Awesome. Yeah.
And I'm just like, no, like I never said that. Don't put that on me.
The funniest thing though, I have to say this. At the reveal, I finally met Imtashed, of course. And in my mind, he's like Abbott size. Like of all the I imagine Abbott as a bigger person and Imtash like a small. Imtash is first of all pretty beefy, like he's swole, like they say. He's pretty swole.
Who says
swole? Like
I don't know, a bunch of nerds, gym rats. I don't know.
Oh my God.
He's pretty, definitely hitting the gym. He's a tall guy too. Like I wouldn't want to fight him. He beat me up even though he's Canadian, so he wouldn't.
He'd say sorry if he did. He's like sorry
punch. Yep. No, all right. That's all. I just want to mention that. Yeah. So we'll see. We'll see each other
Yeah.
soon.
Hit us all up on
I
Twitter.
know.
We want to see everybody.
I'll bring my wife, but you have to respect her and treat her with dignity, please.
Is that to everybody, or just
Okay.
did you just have to single out?
Yeah, like,
You,
were
Hove.
you speaking?
I know your habits, Hove. Okay, you gotta watch.
What's that supposed to mean?
I know
dude.
you and Cindy. What's her name?
It's
What's your
Mindy, but she doesn't exist.
Mindy? Mindy, yeah, Mindy. Your
Listen,
fake real girl.
Triton's not even here. Let's not bring that up.
It has to be taught. It has to be mentioned at least once.
No. Anyway.
Mindy. Okay, sorry. Please continue.
Okay. Anything else? Last things before we get into questions, community stuff.
On my end now.
All right. Well, we'll start with some of the stuff on Twitter and any of you guys in chat. Remember, there is a delay, so if you ask me a question as I'm reading another question, it's going to be a little while. But we do want to hear some stuff from you if you have anything. Starting with Twitter, Chibi Kim asks, what is your take on Anthem, and what are some other games you're excited for after E3?
Yeah, I'll go ahead and start with that. With Anthem, I really like the way that they introduced the whole, like with the trailer, how it kind of started out just sort of casually going in, getting into your, I don't know what they're officially called, your suit, your mech suit, whatever.
They got a name.
Yeah. RoboCop.
Something dumb.
Dumb
name.
No, but I like the third person aspect of it. The gliding or the jetpack, whatever you want to call it, I think it looked really, really fun. I don't know what the potential is for like how maneuverable you are, like if you can go straight up and what that's going to look like. But the idea of just even that, playing around with that, made me really excited. And then I think, it'll be cool to see as we can get sort of more insight into what the gameplay is fully like. It's going to excite me, but I also like looting and shooting, so that's not too bad.
Jag says the suits are called javelins.
I knew it was something. Okay. I was like a pokey stick. I can't remember what it is. I don't know
it's
what they're naming it.
No, it's pretty close.
Something like that.
What do you think?
Thanks, Jag. I am really intrigued by the kind of setting of Anthem. It's of course high-tech sci-fi, which is just a real favorite of mine. I in general do not love third-person games.
Yeah.
I think Uncharted is the only game series I've ever actually enjoyed, and it's a third-person game. I don't know. It looks like it can be fun. It looks like mobility is high enough where it can be enjoyable on that level. So I look forward to trying it potentially. Hopefully, I don't know if I'll actually have time to, because Destiny 2 I'll still be playing that for ever probably. But it looked interesting. I think it should be cool. The weapons look awesome.
Yeah.
That like rocket launcher cluster clip they showed.
Mm-hmm.
That was cool.
Yeah.
So I wish them the best. I really do hope it's great. I hope it's better than I hope it's received better than the recent BioWare endeavor.
Yeah.
I saw a meme. It's like, how can we fix facial animations? I don't know. Put a helmet on them. That was there.
That's pretty good.
That was their conference room decision there. Yeah. No, but I think it looked cool. And to answer the rest of our question, what else? What other games kind of caught my eye? The Wolfenstein 2 trailer. I don't know if you guys saw that. It was like near the end of the PlayStation press conference or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I did not know what I was watching until they told me what it was. And like I was just like, this looks so insane and so fun. Like, I need to play this. What is this? And then it was Wolfenstein, because I've always heard great things about Wolfenstein 1. I haven't played it yet or whatever, but like that looks like a really cool like single player first person shooter. Like that's rare to me. Like I very rarely really love, beyond Destiny of course, like a single player first person shooter. So I'm really excited about that, I think.
Yeah, I think I'm in a similar boat. When I was watching it, I had no idea what it was. And I like the name Wolfenstein, like I kind of heard like, there's like something and you kill him or whatever. But I didn't know the scale of it. And watching that, I was like, I'd play this game. Like, this is
damn.
Yeah, I was like, I would like play the shit out of this game. Like it looks really good. And so and it really, the trailer did grip you, I think, in a really unique way. A really
quirky trailer, which I love.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
As far as Anthem goes, I think it looks really cool. I think it definitely has potential, but I am also kind of a pessimist, especially after seeing things for the first time at E3s. Because there's been so many times that almost any time you see a game that is groundbreaking or does something, really cool, it gets too much hype. And then there's something about it, because they're not going to tell you that there's any flaws. They're going to say, look at this, we can do this and this. And
well, just don't set your own self up for failure. Yeah, exactly.
I'm very good at setting myself up for failure in all aspects.
Poor Mindy.
But no, that's something. Oh my God. I think it looks really awesome. I just, want to try to temper my expectations with that, and not expect too much. But as somebody was, I saw this on Twitter a few times, but we're at the point now, especially with how big Destiny 2 is poised to be, that everything that comes out that is in space or a shooter looter is going to be the next Destiny killer.
Yeah. I mean, I wish him the best.
Right.
I doubt it.
There's
Good luck.
Good luck.
There's been how many iPhone killers in the last 10 years, and how many Halo killers when Halo was the big thing. And
how are you liking your Android phone, by the way, Ho? I'm just kidding.
I love it.
I'm just kidding.
So much.
I actually
so much better.
I came home and in the mail, just not going to flash an address here, but
come into your house.
Yeah, come here, please. I have one free Google Pixel. So
that's what I
it's
have.
not free. I have to. Yeah, no, I just picked it up. Well, it just came. So that's what I shouldn't have put that phrasing there. But anyway, I'm excited to toy around with it yet. But I was like, I had to rush to basically nap before this podcast, so I didn't get to play around with the new toy.
Yeah, I luckily woke up. That's why my hair looks like a fucking. But
for the podcast listeners, his hair looks just like it always does. Just for the record.
I don't know what this thing is.
Yeah, it's cool. It's like a little ramp, a little hair ramp.
A ramp for like little finger skateboards.
Aerodynamic. Yeah.
I believe they call that a ski jump.
As far as other things I'm looking forward to, Uncharted, Lost Legacy. I love anything Uncharted related. That looks really good. The
characters look pretty cool in that. I think they really captured that well in the trailer.
That is probably Uncharted. I think is probably my favorite game series of all time. Those are some of the best games.
I think that there's that one. I just recently played through Dishonored, so I'm looking forward to that.
A lot of people really love that. I haven't played it.
Yeah, they're really good, and having played it, knowing the characters that were featured in the trailer and what it's going to be about, like that's a really cool plot line to go down. So I'm looking forward to that. And then actually, really strangely, I had a chance to play Super Lucky's Tale. It's like the little platformer. I think it was during the Xbox conference, but it was like a little platformer with basically like a Fox version of Crash Bandicoot.
Okay,
but
you can stop there,
dude. I'm telling you,
we're only gonna like Crash. Okay,
listen.
Okay, sorry.
It's good. All right,
sure.
It's really fun, and they're so cute. The little fox is so
cute. Crash is cute.
No, Lucky, man. Okay, anyway, point is, those are the games like that most prominently come to mind. Like, there's a lot of exciting ones, but for some reason, those just like hit me right on the like. That's what you got to get, man. And then apparently Destiny 2, I guess.
Yeah, I never heard of that. There's two more I wanted to mention that are exciting, which leads me to PX Breezy 1992 asked if anyone was excited for God of War, which yes.
It looks good.
And the other one, how about Shadows of the Colossus remake?
Yeah, I've never played that. I was wondering if it was like I've never played it, so the clips, the footage I didn't recognize. I was wondering if it was a new game or a remake, and it looks like it's apparently a remake with redone.
Yeah, a lot of people really excited. A couple people in my chat when they announced it were saying that's the game that got them really deep into gaming.
That's what everybody says. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
And if did you ever see the movie Reign Over Me with Adam Sandler and Don Cheadle?
No.
It's a really good movie. You should watch it. Adam Sandler.
I'll put it on my Netflix list right now.
Like Bob Dylan. It's a serious movie. But long story
short, I can handle a serious
movie.
movie.
Well, I'm saying because it's Adam Sandler, but it's not funny.
Oh, right.
Like it's very serious. He plays that. He kind of has some mental problems. He has a breakdown, is the gist of the movie. But all he does is redo his kitchen and play Shadows of the Colossus over and over and over and over and over again. And that's when I first heard of it, and so it's kind of cool to be able to play a new version of it after seeing that years ago. But
add it to my list. Thanks. You heard it here first. Movie
Rip my wallet, sir. Rip it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right. Calmine has a two-part question here regarding E3. Was there anything you were hoping to see but was never shown? And regarding,
Does he mean? I read that as with Destiny. Was he referring to or E3?
that one says regarding E3, so I'm
Okay.
assuming it's regarding E3. Then the other part says regarding Destiny. How do you see yourself spending time with D1 until D2 launches, or will you spend time with it?
I obviously can't
start
read.
with Abbott for this.
Hi. I don't know if honestly I was kind of tunnel vision towards Destiny 2 with my expectations, and I got what I wanted, right? I wanted dates. I wanted to know when. But I don't think there was like a particular franchise or game that I was hoping to come out that actually no. I think it was such a bad memory. Such a bad experience that
it's coming back.
I recognize that I subconsciously suppressed that. And that was the blue balls in which Bethesda gave me about the Elder Scrolls game, man.
They have to sell Skyrim again.
They went through like everything in the Elder Scrolls universe, and then I was just like, each time I thought something new, and I was like, don't get me wrong, they're gonna make it when they want to make it, and when they make it, everyone's gonna play the shit out of it. But yeah, that was I cried a little bit. And then the Destiny 2 question, I would say, or was Destiny 1? Sorry, not Trials. And probably just do PvP with friends, maybe some Sparrow racing, and then I think personally just trying to find new ways to do stuff like strikes. I think make PvE content enjoyable in a goofy way. That's my goal.
I'm just going to take that second part real quick because mine's actually the opposite. I'll probably only play Trials unless I get sucked into something else.
Yeah, that's fair. To each their own, right? I mean, for me, it's honestly not even that I get salty. It's that it feels silly with the sticky grenade plague.
Oh, yeah,
like I don't even get mad about it. I'm like, it happened. Like this, I was waiting for this moment and it happened. But for me, it's a lot about just it feeds a little bit too much into the competitive side of me to where like I start focusing on it. But I don't need the loot. Like Destiny 2 is coming out.
I have to get flawless.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not that good though. That's the thing. I'm not good enough to carry people or whatever.
Let's
I'm good, but not that good.
You're good. The first part of the question, and they've since said why they didn't show it, but The Last of Us 2. I was really hoping to see something about that. But they said flat out, they tweeted later like, "Hey, this was Chloe and Nadine's time to shine. Like, we did Uncharted. Yeah. That's all we're going to do for right now." Which is totally fine, but I was like, Last of Us. Like,
yeah.
And nothing happened, so.
Yeah.
Mr. Clawman?
I had a couple Sony pipe dreams, something. Honestly, what I really wanted to see was an announcement for a Destiny 2 PlayStation 4 Pro. Like they did with the Taken King one. Because I want to get a Pro, but I don't have a good reason to. Right. So they put some paint on one, that'll be enough. So,
well, that answers our next question, which was Amanda Smith Crown saying, "Is there going to be a PS4 console for D2?"
I hope so, man. Yeah, I saw that one too. I agree with that completely. I hope so. It's all marketing.
Yet, right? We haven't heard anything yet.
Not that I know of. No, right. I mean, I don't know. I hope so. But as far as my my current perspective on Destiny 1, in reality, I've just been busy or resting from being busy, and I haven't played Destiny 1 in a little while. And I almost want to just like leave it there, like let Sleeping Dogs lie and just remember it for what it was. Because having played Destiny 2 now, it's going to be like, when you get a new chair and you don't realize how different your other chair was, or how bad your other chair was until you sit in your old chair again, or your old car again, or I kind of want to remember.
Bring up the car.
Dude, the seats in the Audi are amazing. Anyways, just like I kind of want to just like look forward, and we're working on a lot of planning stuff for Resolute. So I certainly am busy with gaming related things and all that kind of stuff. So I've imagined maybe jumping in a couple of raids, maybe a couple of party raids, that kind of stuff. Maybe some fun stuff like that. But I think I'm to the point where I can let go. I can remember for the fun it was and try not to be salty about the stickies and the stupid revives and all the other dumb stuff that's currently plaguing it, and just kind of remember it for the fun that I had for 2,000 hours.
Yeah.
I think I'm ready there. But yeah.
A couple things. Spiffy McTaco said that you two are both looking damn fine.
Thank you.
But Loki Kills All also says it'll happen. Destiny's too big for PlayStation or not, which I think is a good point because that's a game that's going to draw people in. So if you bring out a new console, you're going to bring in new PlayStation.
Nvidia is selling graphics cards with already. They're like doing a bundle. Get Destiny 2 with our 1080 already. That's cool. I'm so happy to see that.
Exactly. Yeah, they'll market a lot of things along.
Yeah, I hope so.
They're just giving Destiny its own time right now to market itself and everything.
I'm ready. Just drop it, guys. I'll buy it.
Honest question from Hove76. He just thought of this one since he says he really doesn't know the answer to this. This isn't like a hint. You were talking about all the things you're working on Resolute related. Is there anything you'd like to drop any hints on that maybe people should look forward to?
Claw exclusive.
Honestly, if
number
it's no,
4.
I don't know. I'm just thinking if maybe there's a little something you want to put out there or anything.
Let's see. I can think of 3 announcements that the general public will be interested in, and I'm not going to share them now.
So you got at least 3 things.
Enjoy the blue balls, guys. Enjoy the blue balls.
Yeah.
All right.
Coming.
What did
I'm hyped about it. Okay. I'm hyped about it. I mean, I want to know it just as much as anyone listening.
Yeah, that wasn't
now.
there wasn't something I know that I was trying to get
into.
No, but now I'm like, why don't I know?
Yeah,
but I'm sure there's good reason.
If you guys think real hard, you know one of them.
Yeah, I was gonna say I do know one of them, which is very exciting.
If you have read chat at all, like the announcements, like you're supposed to, you shitty clanmates.
I know all about it. I already have a couple pictures. All right,
hold on. I'm literally logging into GroupMe now.
Okay, great. Thanks for that.
I lurk a lot, but
great.
I read everything.
I'm just kidding.
I'm also kidding. I never get. No, I'm just kidding. I do. Okay. Big Tater Tot asks.
There's somebody named Boobs and Money. I like you.
Yes.
That's all. I just wanted to say that. You're cool.
Well, you had a couple people on the edge of their seat. Literally, PX Breezy said, I was on the edge of my seat. And Loki said, damn it, Claw.
Damn it, Claw. Blue ball and everybody.
Big Tater Tot asks, will Claw's nipple return for the launch of D2? And if so, can we have Abbott show it off? I don't know if that's like actually Claw's nipple or like.
I guess we would have to film. We would have to film. Oh, do you mean this?
Yeah, am I just like showcasing the nipple?
It's like very white.
How does this work? And yes, I will do it. But
hold on, Lego's gonna be there at Guardian Con. He can bring his camera equipment. We can do like a slow mo, like sexy shoot.
Ooh,
maybe.
I like this production.
On the beach?
I'm in. I'm game.
Well, speaking of that, you're gonna have to come. You guys did your own thing, bringing your wife and everything, which is understandable. But you're gonna have to stop by this year's REZOcast.
Oh yeah. I mean, obviously, I had to have a place to keep her. That's really
to keep her.
Like, wife, just go in the room over there. I'm gonna be having fun over there. She'll come. She'll come along with us.
Oh my god.
All right, couple more here. Kind of answered this, but Friend Computer asked, what's Arcstrider like? And also, who's worse at Destiny, Claw or Abbott?
Definitely Claw's worse.
I feel like I can't comment here without being a dick now. I'm just kidding. I mean, if there's one thing I will say at the very least, right? Because part of it is when you play a Titan or a Hunter, right? You play differently. Mm-hmm. So, like, what you mean by better or worse?
I'm way better at Hunter, that's for sure.
Also, with a scout rifle, the man is a legend.
I love it.
But a fusion rifle, he has no game compared to me.
Cannot fusion rifle for my life. Confirmed.
Speaking of scouts, you're right, though. We even talked about, I don't know if you listened to last week, we did some of our favorite weapons. Mm-hmm. And Lego and I both have Firefly Cryptic Dragons, we swear by.
Nailed it. I don't know why they're so good.
It's such a good scout.
So fun. Yeah, I just love it. Damn. Yeah, good job, guys.
Arcstrider. What'd you think, Arcstrider? Oh, that's right. You didn't get to play it, did you?
Yeah.
Oh.
I know. I'm a pleb, dude. I'm a pleb.
I hope it's just on appearances, that's all I can reference. Is I hope it's better than Blade Dancer was. It seems like it. It looks like it has a slam. Looks like it's a little bit quicker and more purposeful in the super. But I was not personally a fan of Blade Dancer because it's just a stupid button mashing super. I felt annoyed getting killed by it because there's no skill, and I did not use it because there was no skill reward, like no challenge reward with it. So I hope it's better than that. Obviously, lots of people loving Blade Dancer out there, so they don't have that opinion. But personally, I was not a fan, so I hope it's better.
I just Fist of Panic, man. So like I can't really comment. I just turn a corner and hit R2 or whatever.
Yeah, that's only slightly better than Blade Dancer. So look down at the bottom.
It's more consistent, right? That's the best part.
True. You shouldn't have to worry about netcode.
Yeah, you can kill someone like outside of the map on top of it. Like,
yeah, exactly. That's stupid.
Well, Chad is
talk
going
about
completely
this.
off the rails. Hove body pillows, Rezo, the Men of Rezo swimsuit calendars where Spiffy's going to tear out Abbott's pictures and use them for
That's a
science.
good
oh my
idea.
god.
Yep.
Will there be REZOcast merchandise? We kind of talked about that possibly.
Yeah, I think so. It's in the works, dude. It's in the works.
Another question.
Maybe.
We kind of answered this, but I just wanted to see if there's anything else. River Tamcat asks, are there any under-the-radar games that you're looking forward to seeing more about, aka not Destiny 2, Anthem, so on and so forth? I have one that isn't under the radar, but we completely forgot to mention it. And while I'm skeptical of it because of how intricate it could be, the new Spider-Man game looked badass. I love Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm.
But that's one of those games that, like, as cool as it looked, no one's got.
Dude, they had like a
game.
10-minute gameplay session. What are you talking about under the? I know, I'm just kidding.
Well, no, it's not under radar. But I forgot
skipped
about it.
I was like, okay, I get it. It's gonna be cool.
But it's one of those things
skip.
like all of the millions of things you can do with the different webbing and different web jumps. There can't be controls for each of those. So I just hope it's not too oversimplified where you just press the same button for everything and it decides what you're gonna do. Because then the game's not as cool as it looks.
I played that a long time ago. I really enjoyed it as a kid. I don't know if they'll be able to make it cool, but it's a great studio making this. I think it'll be good.
Who's making it? I forget.
It's Insomniac, isn't it?
Yes. Yeah. I just couldn't remember.
So yeah.
Or it's Sucker Punch. Sorry, Sucker Punch.
Yeah.
Is it Sucker Punch?
No.
Wow. I should
Google to the rescue.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh yeah. But everybody thought Sucker Punch would do it
was
because
gonna have
they're
a new
like
IP,
because they're like
Mhm.
infamous-esque.
I'd like to see an Infamous game. That would be exciting.
Yeah, there's the studio I love more than the only studio I love more than Bungie is Insomniac with Ratchet and Clank and
Naughty Dog, man. Naughty Dog's where it's at. Last of Us, Uncharted.
I mean, the
man has a point.
One trick pony.
Last of Us,
That's two.
Uncharted.
That's two right there.
No, all they're doing is
And
telling an
today
emotionally
we learned
gripping
that
story.
Clawland cannot
with
count.
beautiful. No, we're counting differently.
No,
Whatever.
there are a lot of good studios. That come out with some
No,
great
the
games.
two games I'm looking forward to most are totally lame, and they were not at E3, and I cannot wait to play Everybody's Golf, which is a Hot Shots Golf sequel on the next gen. I don't know if anybody even knows that game, but like I played Hot Shots Golf endlessly as a kid, and I love it. So Everybody's Golf is coming out next month, and they're remaking Final Fantasy 12, and that's coming out this month. And I am so stoked. And that's totally lame because like none of those were there and they're not cool. But like those are the two games I'm honestly looking forward to most this year, besides Destiny 2.
Yeah. I kind of, in just listening to you and your excitement, like remembered. I think one of the ones like I think I'm really excited about that I wasn't as excited until, especially once I watched the gameplay recorded, was Sea of Thieves. Which, dude, I'm telling you, man. I just want to get drunk and go chase down some booty. You know what I mean? Like it's a good time. And so like it's not like, I'm gonna play this forever. But I want to I definitely want to like, get in there with whether on PC or Xbox and just play with buds and go around exploring and stealing ships and stuff. It'll be interesting to see how things roll out, right? In terms of the like how when people actually know the games, they're good at it. But in the meantime, like there's so much potential there for just a good time. I'm hyped about it.
It's called Skull and Bones. Chat would like to clarify. Miss River Tamcat. It's It's yeah, okay. That's all. That's all I have to add. Also lame.
I just want to also point out that I guess Claw's right. You could call Naughty Dog a one-trick pony. It's not like they did The Last of Us, Uncharted, Jack and Daxter, and Crash Bandicoot over the years.
Mm-hmm.
No one's heard any of those games.
Oh,
But moving on.
I forgot about Crash and Jack. I really do classify. I definitely classify Uncharted and The Last of Us in the same category, though. But the other two is fair. You're right. Okay.
Either
Fine.
way,
Three
like I said,
trick pony.
There's a lot of really
Fuck
good.
you.
Who forgot Jack and Daxter? I will end you. Jag, I blame Claw. Yeah, it was Claw. It was
Ratchet
definitely
and
Claw.
Clank is better than Jack and Daxter any day, so that's why I forgot. Sorry.
Did you classify them just because they're something and something? Are they the same just because of the name?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's like some little kind of little pet and
Turner and Hooch.
your protagonist. Yeah, I don't like dogs, so definitely.
But it's Tom Hanks.
Okay, still a big dumb dog.
You're a big dumb dog.
I'm probably alienating like everybody here. Sorry.
All right,
Personal opinions. I'll keep them to myself.
Reef Cat wants to know if the Audi TT, and I will correct you, it's an Audi TTS.
Yes, thank you.
Will it
That's
be
a
making-
70 extra horsepower.
Will it make a cameo appearance in D2?
No. How would I possibly have the connection? Although I did, so I read that and I thought of something that I wanted to share kind of as a joke. I don't think it'll happen, but I met one of the PvP level designers some time ago, not recently, and he had mentioned what he was working on at that point, and I asked him to please put the Rezo logo in a PvP map somewhere, like even if it's just like a texture in a cliff. I begged him, so there's that. Maybe
it's already there. Nobody.
I mean, I don't think it'll happen. I'm not special, but maybe.
Depends on your definition of special.
Maybe.
Thanks.
Savage wrecked.
My mom likes me. My mom thinks I'm special. So there's that.
Fee at 504 asks, "Where's your name tags to the bus driver? Can't lose you on your first day of school."
Yeah, I read that question, and I was first of all confused, and then I realized I was supposed to be insulted, and
I thought it was maybe an inside joke that I didn't know about. Because there was a point last week when he asked Monk if he's talking to me about. I had no idea what that was talking about.
People imagine things maybe.
Single moms? What?
Yeah. I think Fee's just trying to make fun of me, but it's all right.
Well, I like him
but
for
it's
that.
getting to him.
It's all right.
All right.
Yeah.
I think last question from Twitter. If anyone else has anything in chat, speak now if you ever hold your peace. But Girl on a Hippo asks, who's your favorite Rezo spouse and why is it me?
I seriously do love Goa. I really, really love flirting with her on Twitter and then tagging True Vanguard. Yeah, that's my favorite pastime recently. She's going to be at Guardian Con as well.
Mm-hmm.
TV's being her, and I'm going to introduce the wives, and hopefully they can
hit
it off.
So you can come hang out with us.
Maybe we can. Yeah. Maybe we can double date it up or something.
Ditch the wives is what he said. Hang out with the wives. No, ditch the wives.
Ditch the wives. No. Yeah, Goa is great.
Oh, maybe no. Lego's coming by himself now. Never mind. I lied.
Oh, yeah, she's cool. She's not a gamer. She's not as cool as Goa or my wife, of course, but Mrs. Lego is pretty great.
Mrs. Lego.
Pretty great. Yeah.
Just so you know, in my Discord, there's now a Lego Lay Sad. Yes.
That's funny.
I just thought of that. We always say Lego Lay Sad now. So yeah, that's your answer. You're done with that one?
Cool. Yeah, she's awesome. She's not as awesome as my wife, but she is definitely my second favorite Rezo spouse. Sorry, all the other ones I've met, you're also great, but she's better.
We do have one more question in chat. The Galby asks, his question is for ABitTooLethal. How important is it to be on time for flights?
That is hilarious.
I don't believe
Abbott is the worst flyer.
I don't know how
person I've ever met. In the past month,
usually not bad at anything, but I'm terrible with flights, man. Today I got frisked for the first time by TSA, and it was not great. But
Like
it
you
made me
expect
miss
it to
it,
be
like-
slightly pleasurable. You're like, this
I
could
was
be
like,
nice.
yeah, I want to reach around.
Like
You
the
know,
sun
I
might
got
have
that
something hidden
back.
up there if you want to check it out.
Abbott, could you just quickly tell the story of our terminal escapades when
Oh,
we
I
were
don't even. I think what it was is I had decided to take a different flight.
trying to get home from the Destiny 2 reveal?
Yeah. So
Out
originally,
that day, we went to the beach that afternoon. We're gonna fly out that
Would you
evening.
just take everybody to the beach, Claw? I thought we had something special.
I know. I really thought that. I was like, Hove is gonna be jealous. So after the beach trip, kind of hanging out,
yeah.
headed to the airport. Good
It was
Lord.
I'm like Claw, like, hey Claw, I gotta go check something real quick. 1 hour later, yeah, so I gotta buy a new ticket.
He's like, so I can't. He's like, so I can't check in. I was like, great. Well, first of all, I'm flying from different terminals. We have to find out if we can go through the terminal together or not. So we went to.
I think we bought mine online, right? I bought it on my phone, and then so I had my barcode to check in, and then we went to your terminal, got your boarding pass
printed.
But then we tried to go in through, and they're like, "Oh no, you have to have physical ones if you come into a different terminal." So we went all the way to the other side of LAX again after printing.
Yeah, this is LAX.
I was saying, for anyone who doesn't
this
know,
is LAX.
this is not a small airport.
Yes, this is like you take a shuttle to get to the other side of LAX, and so we basically went back and forth at LAX like 3 times just to finally sit down and like grab drinks.
It was the worst quest line ever, let me tell you.
Yes, the loot was great because I got a butt touch out of it, but besides that,
I bought you an IPA. Did you forget?
No, I remember. That's what I called those butt
Which
touches.
took longer, that quest or the PvP quest when the Taken King came out? That took
probably about equal.
Yeah, about equal.
And I just want to point out that Chibi Kim, who's never lewd, ever, said they probably found something a bit too lethal in his pants.
Oh my god.
Slow clap.
Kim, I would argue that it's just lethal enough.
Oh my god.
I love that. All right, perfect.
Well, I think
we can't beat that. That's about as good as we can get. Bye.
I don't know where to go from there. So I think that's going to be about it. Guys, thanks both of you to coming back on. It's been great. We love both you guys. You're more than welcome anytime.
You're second best to Lego. I'll take it.
That's fair. I mean, I can't really argue that Lego's better than me in almost
every It's been wonderful catching up with you as well.
And 2 weeks, we're all going to see each other, and that's very exciting.
Yeah.
Indeed.
I'm hyped about it.
So,
it'll be good.
That'll be the end of REZOcast episode 39. Make sure you check us out on Twitter at REZOcast. We'd love to talk to you guys at any time. We're going to try to do a little bit more on Twitter, but feel free to tweet us. You can also check us out on YouTube and Google Play, and we'd love if you get a chance to listen and leave a review, even though it's absolutely ridiculous the way you need to leave a review on
I gave up.
Thingy.
I'm just kidding. I did
iTunes. No, it's bad. Like it's really stupid.
These guys suck. 1 star.
But also, you can find me. You can find me here at twitch.tv/host76 doing some Destiny and Overwatch streaming. On YouTube at Hove76, on Twitter at Hove76. Abbott, how about you? Where can they find you?
Yeah, you can find me at ABitTooLethal. It's grammatically correct on Twitter, Instagram, and you know what? Throw me them dick pics on Snapchat. Don't actually do that.
Whoa.
Don't do that. But I'm also there on Snapchat. Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, ABitTooLethal.
Wow. Is it my turn?
Yeah, and then Claw, since I wanted to throw out, we're going to have you go last because I would also like you to tell them where they can find Team Resolute, since that seems to be your thing.
Oh, Team Resolute is my thing? I guess so.
Oh, no, that's right. I'm sorry. It's KJ Hovey's clan.
Yes, KJ Hovey's clan. You forgot. So you can find me on Twitter at Claw_Rezo, REZO, obviously. If you want to follow me on Instagram, you can see pictures of my car and my dumb face. It's actually my real name. Levi is me with an E, 2 E's. So Levi is me E. If you want to. And you can find the best clan in all of Destiny and the rest of the world, Team Resolute, on Twitter at Team Resolute, and on a website coming soon, teamresolute.com.
A really good website.
Yes, really, really streamlined. Really, we're a lot better than the last one. unfortunately.
All right. Well, I guess that about sums it all up. Thank you guys again. And until next week, GG.
GG's.
You boys.
GG's. Bye.